World on my shoulders, heart full of blues, I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt.
Today's live stream is brought to us by Desert Adventures in Arizona. Here's a channel you really want to check out. Great drone footage, great videos, great knowledge of the history of Arizona. Check them out. We know you'll love it.
What's up?
Nothing. She what?
I don't know. The
We're
wind is
start-
picking up again.
Yeah, so it's here too.
We're rocking like a boat.
I'm not rocking. I'm watching the hummingbird feeder go nee, nee, nee.
Now, if you're rocking, then you better run.
Yeah, I know.
Alrighty, going green mom. Howdy, howdy, howdy. She was the first one in here. Of course, there was a few first ones in here because I screwed up. I
Yep.
was not awake this morning when the live was about to kick off. All of a sudden, my phone started going nuts. So I thought I better get up and check to see what's going on, and I did, and yeah, we almost went 2 hours early because I set it up on the laptop. The laptop is set up on Indiana time. I didn't think about that, so I set it for 10 o'clock, which is 8 o'clock out here, and yeah, nice little screw up to start the day with.
Yeah.
Miss Aaliyah, howdy, howdy. Hey, look, there's Roy and Becky's Travels.
Yeah.
Doreen Olson, howdy, howdy, all the way up in South Dakota. The real Robert Rockwell, howdy, howdy. First member up in here today, Desert Adventures in Arizona, howdy, howdy. Lily Tittle, howdy, howdy. Melnetti Living Free, Zip Code Liz, howdy, howdy. Again, I think. It's all right, Miss Leah. Catherine Cook, howdy, howdy. And there's Rich Shia, howdy, howdy. And I think I got everybody. I think. All right. Yeah. So, plan was to move today. I'm not real sure if I'm going to be able to. I might be stuck in here for a day or two, which, hey, I don't mind. They are repaving the road. At least the entrance way. Everybody's not real sure if they're going to do the whole road or not.
It needs done.
Oh my gosh, does it? It's just about as bad as Steve's road was. Boucher Street, howdy, howdy.
Been long overdue. That road was bad when we first started camping there.
When they paved Kathy's road by you,
Yeah.
just a couple weeks ago, they told her cars and trucks were fine. Big trucks need to stay off of it for 4 days. So I don't want to be the one to ruin the new asphalt in here.
In other words, he doesn't want to be the jerk that ruins it for everybody.
Yeah. They waited over 20 years for new asphalt. I don't want to be the first one to screw it up. That's the original asphalt from when they built this place.
Jeez.
It's never been repaved.
That's sad.
This place rakes in $30 million a year and they can't repave the roads. At least every 20 years. Well, actually over 20 years. Oh my gosh. I think they started this in 1986. So, oh wow, we're almost 40 years.
Do you know the history better than I do?
I looked it up. They started LTVAs because they wanted to limit the damage that was being done to the deserts from the snowbirds. So that's why the LTVAs were started. In my opinion, there's no reason the Flagstaff area can't have an LTVA up in forest.
They need one.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the same thing, cutting down on the damage done to the forest. But, you know, that's the smart thing to do, and it seems like they just can't do smart things.
Yeah.
But weather here today is not too bad. Not too bad at all. I don't have any air conditioning on. I got
Hey,
one.
Tim, see your review, another member up in here.
I'm basically ready to go. Everything I just got to roll the mat up and roll the shade screen up.
Solar panels.
Strap. Tim's going to come down to haul them.
Yeah.
But the propane tanks, they get set. I can't set this stuff inside because then I won't be able to move in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. LTVA road, at least the entranceways.
That was getting pretty bad just coming in.
I can't get into LTVA West and Bobby. It bottoms out on the speed bump because
And they need to
the holes on the other side of the speed bump are lower than the speed bump. So when you go across the speed bump, it's fine. It's when you come off the speed bump, Bobby hits on a frame. About another quarter inch, and he would probably spin the tires.
I don't know that number. Really.
But it's going to be nice. I hope they do the whole road. It does need it. But like I said, I don't want to be the one to screw the asphalt up. Chris said I might be able to go around it.
Yeah.
We'll see because I know up by the highway there really wasn't a whole lot of room on the side to not drive.
No, there wasn't.
All the LTVA started yesterday. Yeah, they're not real sure if they're going to do the road back to the maintenance area here.
It needs to be done.
But LTVA West will probably get a new road all the way back to the dumps.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're repaving everything. I'm gonna drive up there and Bobby in a little bit and see. And then maybe this evening I can go down the road then. No, I want to get over there, but the last time I was over there, Bobby about couldn't get off the speed bump. I am going to go over there though and shoot some video sometime of it.
That's because all I have equipment's pushing everything down, but the speed bump.
That's just over the years not being maintained.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can have RV drag races. They need to do that here. Quartzsite, that would be a great attraction for Quartzsite.
What?
RV drag races. During the month of January, boy, that would bring. I'm watching Lulu over here to make sure she's dumping her dish. That would be a great attraction here. I mean, it's basically, it's not the RV capital of the world. That's Elkhart, Indiana, because they manufacture. But this is the snowbird capital of the world. So they should put a drag strip in here and have RV drag races. I don't know if you can get in and out, Bobby, but Honey is stationary. Yeah, because I mean, with new asphalt, cars don't really mess it up unless you stop and spin the tires.
Yeah,
you're gonna trench it up then. Cars are usually light enough; they don't mess the asphalt up. It's gonna be interesting to see how this goes though, and how hot it gets here. I mean, we've had roads in Indiana, Highway 30, buckled in the heat, buckled in the cold too. Yeah, I'm really curious if they use different type of asphalt out here to make it harden up, or what they do. Let's get on the weather.
Yeah, you can do the weather.
Because it's not too bad right here right now. It's 82 degrees here in Quartzsite. And like I said, I don't have any air conditioner on right now. That's not saying that we won't later, because the high temperature today is going to be 95. So we will definitely probably be running it then. And here's the 14 day. If it ever switches, there it goes. They took our 109 degree day and lowered it down to 106. That's the last day here on the 14 day. And then 102, and then one more 100 degree day. So out of all that, only 3 days of 100 degrees. Mid 90s, low 90s, and high 90s. Not too shabby for Quartzsite at this time of year. RV is a capital. Yeah, we know we're the RV capital of the world. Step Van Dan, howdy. That's definitely Elkhart. But if you come out here and see, I mean, it's not even just here. It's Yuma. It's Blythe. It's Ehrenberg. Uh, Lake Havasu. This is the snowbird capital of the world.
Yeah. Florida's for the retirees. They like to go there and stay. Dan's getting ready to start up the van today. It's been over a year.
Oh, nice.
Fingers crossed, Dan.
And I'm really curious on how these dump stations are going to work out too, because they're going to be open ponds. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like going to become the fly capital of the world.
Probably so.
I hear they don't stink, but I don't understand how you can have poop in a pond and it not stink.
Unless they're putting stuff in it, Roy. Keep it.
I don't know. But it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
May have to keep an eye on the wind, and instead of camping with the sun, you camp with the wind. Open slurry pits for human waste. Yeah, I guess that's what you call them. They call them. Well, they call them an open dump station.
Yeah. I'm hoping they leave the one in the south still open too.
Dilution is the solution.
Yeah.
They're not going to leave the one in the south open.
That's stupid.
The one in the south here is
Days are numbered.
lived long past its life expectancy. Travel Dreamer 46, howdy. In fact, this one, well, you know, they put the cones up around. Well, you weren't here when they did that. I don't think.
No.
The leach field in LTVA South started to bleed outside its borders. So they put cones around it, and then they piled dirt up on top of it in places that it was leaching up out of the ground.
Yeah.
Seemed to put a Band-Aid on it. So yeah, they're gonna shut this one down. Whether they tear it out or not, I don't know. But yep, and the water may stay. There is rumor that these dump stations may get turned into the Blue Boy dump station because it should keep up with Blue Boys.
Yeah. Well, and if you got the bigger ones over there, it should be less traffic coming to that one too. That's what I'm thinking.
It's gonna stink when they spread it on the field. Yeah, I think it does stink because you know we've been around them at farms and everything.
I'll be right.
But we'll see. We'll see. You know, they'll be fully operational by the time the season starts in September. You probably need a new leach field that happens all the time. Yeah. I mean, that leach field's from 1986. You know, the leach field's really only supposed to last 20-some years, from what I've read, and this one is almost in the 40s. But we'll see come January what happens. It's going to be interesting. They're putting 8 new water stations over LTVA West and 8 dump stations. Ship pit. Which, where I'm sitting at right now, they're going to be directly across from us in LTVA West. Directly across from us. We can't see them, but they're
I
basically.
smell them.
If the wind blows them that way, we're probably going to smell them. We've never smelled the transfer station.
I'll say I've never smelt that. They're pretty good about keeping that cleaned up though, in there, garbage wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really doesn't go in the ground there. It just goes in dumpsters, then hauled up to the landfill.
Yeah.
What, about 10 miles up the road there?
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, we're kind of curious if they're going to put fountains in there.
Ew.
Are you going to have pretty lights that change colors? People going to walk up and throw coins in for wishes. Oh man, can you imagine having that job, fishing all the coins out of there?
That's nasty. That's very gross.
It's a good question, Going Green Mom. Really good question. But we'll see. So I mean, is it supposed to evaporate into the air, leach through the ground? I don't really know how these things work.
I don't know.
Guess we're going to learn here come September.
I barely remember the one farm from
Wishing
my
wells.
grandpa's house having one.
Yeah, wishing wells.
Now,
Hadn't been over there in a while, but they have been working every day over there. It's supposed to evaporate, not leach into the ground. Oh, so we're all going to be breathing everybody's poo this winter. There goes the humidity. Have to hold our breath when we don't take.
yeah, the one farm from my grandpa and grandma's house had one. That's how they lost their one grandkid. He fell in and drowned in it.
So that'd be horrible.
Yeah, I remember that as a kid. I remember Grandpa telling that story.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think hopefully these things are going to be fenced off. So I mean, the kid population in Quartzsite's growing.
Yeah.
We had that tragedy with the kid this past winter. But yeah, I've seen a lot more kids in here this season than I have.
Yeah, it was weird.
Seasons. But
It
if
was
it is the liquid. What happens to the solids? That's another good question.
yeah, I don't know.
William Brody, howdy. Bowling tournament. Oh, good luck. At a small shooting range, I was happy when they sold the airport and turned the airfield into ponds. They stink. I sold in the winter and moved on. Any reason for respiration masks? Homeschool is mobile. Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, I mean, is this going to be the death of Quartzsite? These ponds, are people not going to want to come here in the winter now and go down to Yuma or somewhere else? Solids turns to liquids and all that wastewater.
still gross.
He called it a cesspool. Yeah, that's what they're called, cesspools.
That's what they call them here. Well, that's what my grandpa called it. It was from the cows, though. They had in the barn, they had like a trough thing or whatever you want to call it, ran right into it. Yeah. But yeah.
But there are a lot of dairy farmers and
that's the only way to keep it clean.
Farmers, yeah, they just let all that waste go into a pond and then they pump it over onto their fields.
Yeah. Well, what they would do was they'd take a big hose in there and they'd hose the cows' areas out, and it would all go into one little drainage hole and down into that.
They'll probably treat it for the smell.
That's
they can't even keep a good eye on the water tank here to keep it full. So yeah, I wonder how that's going to go.
Not very good.
Though I gotta say, Chris is probably one of the best camp hosts they had here that they've ever had here. He's on top of things.
Yeah, but he can only do so much if they don't give him the stuff to do it with.
Call them lagoons. The poop lagoon.
I mean, they were telling them at the season that they needed more dumpsters, and we waited till almost January.
Well, they did that. They do that every year. It's 4
yeah, but it was busier than normal.
February, and then they take them out, and it goes down to 2. They've done that every year, dear.
Okay, but common sense is if you're selling more permits, you're going to need the garbage dumpsters a little bit sooner.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that. The words common sense
and
government
don't work together.
You'll never see that in the same sentence. without the word lack of included.
Lack of, yeah.
That's the only time you'll see common sense included with that. But and then no treatment, sun and algae do their thing on it. Oh boy.
Yeah. I don't know. They're gonna have to
And
figure
then
something out.
too, what's going to happen on 100 and some degree days? We're going to be over there cooking poo stew.
That's gross.
Slow cooking in a big slow cooker. Yeah, I kind of can't wait, but then again, I'm kind of dreading these things. Trying to discourage people from Quartzsite. That's one thing Quartzsite don't want to do because the town council has admitted it. Most of the town residents have. There's a few town residents that don't like snowbirds, but you'll have that anywhere.
Yeah.
But a majority of them do because they know without the snowbirds, the only thing Quartzsite's going to become is a fuel stop, and that's it.
And barely that.
Don't eat the mud pies. Yeah, they'll fix it till it's really broken. Exactly. Sorry, I got the runs on this. Bad place to fish.
Oh.
And because they put some of the meaning in Quartzsite chatter, I think it was, might have been in and out in Quartzsite,
Yeah.
and they know they were talking about that. There was some people wanting some things done with the snowbirds, and they
A lot of businesses are no.
the
'Cause that's their-
snowbirds are Quartzsite's bread and butter. The reason they have a medical helicopter here, 2 of them now, I think. The reason them are here is because of the snowbirds, the revenue they make from the snowbirds. Quartzsite couldn't afford none of that. They got a nice fire department,
Yeah.
modern equipment,
First responders got a lot
a lot
better
of first
gear than most areas.
Yeah. Put a biodigester, sell gas, and make fuel.
But well, that one local business says their winter business is what keeps them going through the summer.
a lot of the businesses here are snowbirds.
Yep.
Yeah, snowbirds keep Quartzsite alive, and they'll tell you that. They won't hesitate to tell you that. When the numbers were down a couple years ago, they were getting a little worried. Yeah, they were getting a little worried because it wasn't the pandemic that was causing it at the time. This was before that. And there was a lot more people going to Yuma and other areas. And Quartzsite they knew they'd be all right with what they had, but they weren't getting what they had before. And they were getting a little worried about it.
You forgot the commercial.
It ain't.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is. No, it ain't. Wrong thing.
Hey, you need to learn how to tell time.
No, I was looking down and I saw something on the weather thing.
But I do like this little town. I really do. It's a ghost town at night, pretty much.
Yeah.
During the day, it is too, compared to what it is in January and February and March and April.
Yeah, but the few businesses that do stay open during the summertime say
Silly Owls is open.
The revenue they make during the winter is what usually keeps them afloat during the summer.
Well, if you start down at the end, all the corporate businesses are open. Dollar General, Family Dollar. The other businesses along that road is Coyote Market and Roadrunner. They're open.
Yeah.
I think the taco restaurant is still open. Other than that, and Patty's RV place is still open for propane. The rest of everything is closed down on that side of town.
Yeah.
Then when you cross over Main Street, or no, that was Main Street. Cross over 95, you got Silly Owl still open. Of course, the corner gas station. All the gas stations are open. I don't know if the ice cream place is open.
I don't know. I think that's local.
There's a second-hand store behind Silly Owls that I believe is still open because the open sign was on it still. That second-hand store that we went to is still open. Outback Pizza is still open. The market is still open. The market is a hardware store here.
Yeah.
That's about it. The gym world's closed. Most
Yeah, they close soon as
95% of the local businesses are closed here.
Yeah, but the few that stay open said that their snowbird revenue is what keeps them going during the summer.
K&B Tools is closed.
One by Ken's?
Yeah, Ken's Discount is open. He stays here all year.
Yeah, but I mean the K&B by Ken's.
One laundromat that's open.
Yeah, the K&B by Ken's is closed too for the summer.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Hey, James L. Catney's, howdy. Yeah, Tim went over there the other day and it was closed. All the tents in the tent area are gone.
Yeah, well, I knew that.
The food tent, K&B, all that, all gone.
Food tent opens up as soon as they got the weather to do it, and then as soon as it starts staying above 100, they close.
I thought they left it up, but no, they take it down.
No, they take it down.
And so far, the cheapest gas in town is Pilot and Love's at $3.95. Everybody else is $4.09, $4.05, $4.19, $4.15. My first camp is going to be in Dundee, Wisconsin. Nice. But yeah, everything. I mean, of course, the dispensaries are open, both of them. Got to have those. I believe the pharmacy is still open. And then when you go down towards RV Pit Stop, not the American Legion, this town don't have one. The VFW is still open with that restaurant next to it. I think the laundromat, the bank.
I know the laundromat that has the restaurant is closed for the season.
Yeah.
They're like clockwork too.
Live. Boy, you picked the hottest month to come out here. And of course, RV Pit Stop's closed. That other new RV tank place where they fill propane, it's closed.
Yeah.
The one across place around here to get propane is Love's and Patty's, I believe.
Patty's.
Oh, and the corner station.
Yeah, but they're high there.
Yeah.
They're higher than everybody else.
I finally ran out of propane here in our rig last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. So I got one empty, one full, and one half one.
Well, you don't cook, so you should be all right.
What do you mean I don't cook? I had me a nice grilled ham steak sandwich, 2 of them last night. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got some ham steak from Dollar General, Smittyville or something. They're really good.
Smithville.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, we bought them there before.
That big around. I cut it in half, made me 2 ham and cheese grilled sandwiches.
Thank you. We've bought it there before.
I had thought we did, but I couldn't remember.
Because they didn't have any in Coyote or the other one that we like to go to.
Yeah, that's what I hear, James. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, they say July's the hottest month out here.
Yeah.
And then
you're about to find out, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep. It's all right. He's tough. He can handle it. I'm just more worried about the puppy dogs.
I'm
more worried about the puppy dogs.
I can do this without air conditioning. I can.
Yeah.
It could be uncomfortable, mainly at night. But I want my dogs to have a backup plan. You know, they didn't ask for this, but they'd be by our side no matter where we were anyway.
Yeah.
You know, but there's no reason to let them suffer when we can have an air conditioner and a backup plan.
Jasper, all you'd have to do is put a swimming pool down.
I almost bought one. I did. I almost bought him the wading pool.
He is like a big kid in a swimming pool.
The only thing with the wading pool is, I'd have to stand it up in the back here because it's one of them blue plastic ones.
Yeah. And then
the wind storms. A wet dog trapped him through this RV.
Wouldn't take him long to dry.
That is true.
He dries quicker than you think out of the 3. Lulu takes the longest, and then Moose. Jasper's usually dry instantly almost.
When the monsoon flow begins, it will get sticky. That will be the toughest time to endure out there. I'm glad you brought that up, Steve. I was wondering about that. Up north, when the monsoon rolled in, it would get cold.
Yeah.
I was wondering how it worked down here. Is it, or is it going to cool off down into the 70s and 80s and that? But I never gave it a thought about the humidity afterwards. When the sun does come back out, Camping therapy, another member, howdy howdy. Hey, Naz, another member, howdy howdy.
Now it's commercial time.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, it's 12:31.
Righty, I will go find it.
All right.
I got the right one. Here we go.
You sure?
I think so.
I mean, you goofed at the time.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be back.
Slow down, mama. Why you talk so mean? Good Lord, Nashville, it ain't what it seems. Got nice clothes, late night shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade blues, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so...
I was wondering if you were going to sit down in time.
Yeah. Wiki. Oops.
What is that?
Diamond art. Debbie gave it to me.
Oh, put it back up there.
Oop. Hold on.
Nice.
Yeah. Paint the moon.
We don't have a wall big enough to hang out.
I don't know how big it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can.
13 by 18.
Yeah, it would go on the bathroom door or the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Or the doors.
She got it off of Amazon, Rashaya. I don't remember. I think it was only like $8 for that one at that time, I think. Oh, I'm out of coffee. Actually, it's tea today. Yeah, Rashaya gave me two that are up above Roy's head somewhere, and now this one. So I guess I better get busy on the cross stitch so I can start working on these, huh?
Yeah, you got another 5 years to go yet.
I know.
Moon
So,
over
yeah.
Miami. Howdy, howdy.
Over Miami. But, yep.
Hey, I think once it's in your cart, it should stay.
Yeah. I'm going to have to, before I fly back out, I'm going to have to send a box home.
Diamond painting for dummies. Steve, do you remember Trichem, the little paint in the tubes that was real popular in the early 80s, probably late 70s, actually all the way through the 80s.
Yeah.
But they called it Trichem, little paint in a tube. But it looks like it's a pen, and they got these little bitty pieces of plastic that look like diamonds.
And you stick them.
Flat on one side so they lay down, and your pen drops. You got these little numbers, I guess, where they go.
Yeah, it's like paint by numbers.
Yeah, it's kind of like paint by numbers.
But you're using gems. A lot of people, Doreen, are now where you can, if you have the picture, you can convert it either into cross stitch or the diamond art. There's a program out there, but I don't think it's a free program. I'm not sure, Going Green Mom, because when my hand starts in on the right, it affects these 3 fingers. And I am not left-handed in that area at all. Yeah, but it's just like painting by numbers, but you're just using little diamonds to do it. Well, it's kind of like that, but this is a flat surface with a canvas. Let me see. Probably opened it the wrong way.
Diamond
All right.
painting.
I'm not taking it. Everything's not. Of course, I got it upside down. Can y'all see that? It's a canvas. And you use the, let's see. Uh-oh.
Let's
The
see.
diamonds have been moved. I didn't take them out. We'll have to find them. But yeah, that's what it is. It can be. Depends on what you want to do, Doreen. There's Diamond Art Club. They can get kind of expensive. And there's other ones that you can order through. There's a couple groups on Facebook. Let's see what Tux might have knocked some of that.
Let's see here. Oops, wrong one.
It depends on what you want to do, Doreen. Yeah, the art club, some of them can get pretty expensive. They give you codes to knock down prices on them. What are you looking for?
I'm going to show somebody doing it.
Oh, so yeah, it really depends. I got stuff all over up here. I was showing this off yesterday.
There.
I'll be right back.
I don't have the sound on this, but this will give you a general idea of what. Well, it will. It'll show you what they do with the diamond painting. But I don't have the sound on it. Just mainly for copyrights. But this is diamond painting. It's all their little gems that are in that little holder there. And she'll grab one and stick it down in that. I don't know what that is. Paper, plastic, felt, whatever. She'll grab that. And she will stick it onto the painting. And did she stick it on there? Let's see. Okay. Grab one and stick it on there. There she goes. She grabbed it. And she stuck it on there. And then she grabs another one and sticks it on there. But that's diamond painting. Flexible canvas, okay. Gems come with canvas, all right. Probably the new source with Teamy. Teamy's probably got them already. Oh, yep, Rashia's got them from there. She got carpal tunnel, I guess. There's some sticky stuff. Either is it on the canvas or is it on the? Well, it'd be on the. Yeah, it would be on the canvas, wouldn't it? Because I think they peel something back off the canvas. There's glue on the canvas. Okay. Ah, covered in glue. Okay. It reminds me of Trichem. But that was with paint. And let me see. Trichem. Is it still? I think I looked this up before. Is it still out there?
Yeah, it's in the bedroom back there. We'll have to find it. Oh, the rest of the kit with it.
Yep, Trichem is still out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be very time consuming on the projects too. But yeah.
Shia sent you a picture of hers.
You can buy the extra glue too. You can buy extra the pens. Cause I know there's a couple ladies that were complaining that sticks hurt their hands, so they bought different ones. Hey, Timmy Ray.
Howdy, Timmy. Yeah, they got fat pins and skinny pins and.
Yeah. So yeah, it just depends. I mean,
Less sticky. I will stick with embroidery. It seems faster. Actually,
sometimes.
the diamond painting is faster.
Yeah, because you can go in a rhythm. Doom, to doom, to doom, to doom.
Yeah.
You ain't got to fight with your thread knotting up.
But an ergonomic.
Yep.
Ergonomic.
Yep.
Ergonomic pen to do diamond painting with has a thicker base to hold.
I do that with cross stitching all the time, Misha. Even in the little squares that I'm working on, sometimes it gets over. I don't know if I can bring up one. This is the page I'm on now. But if you look real close, you got all those little things, and I got to do one little square at a time. Where every now and then I'll miss one of the color that I've already done. It's like, oh.
And those aren't even numbers; they're symbols.
Symbols, yeah. I hear you there, pretty girl.
Rashaya sent you a picture.
Sent me. I'm not even on my Facebook through here. I thought she sent it to you.
I don't know. I don't have it open.
Send it to the wrong one because I can't share stuff very good on here. All right, I'm not seeing a mess. It's got to be you. Hey, Smoky Mountain Blast.
Howdy.
Yeah, it always gets me when I always try to look over every little row at a time. She sent it to
It's
you
over here.
And I'm like, okay, there's no more, and then I'll go to the next color and I'll be working down and I'm like, oh man, I missed that one. But I think with my cross stitching, I might end up trying to find a what they call an embroidery loom. It holds the hoop for you, because that's where I'm holding like this after a while makes my hands go. So I hear her. I don't know what she's doing. So yeah.
This is Rashaya's diamond painting. A burger. That looks pretty cool. It's like a 80s nostalgic look.
I'm trying to see here. There's my groups. Because I think I'm in 2 different groups. One's my cross stitching, and a lot of those ladies are now. They'll see a
Green
picture.
Mom asked you a question.
Who?
Going Green Mom asked you a question.
Where?
In chat?
Oh. It just jumped. I'm not sure, Going Green Mom. I've never actually had one. I mean,
she went down to the corner market and asked you.
This one I still got to add more fabric downways. It's got to go longer yet. And I think that's part of the hand. I found the needle. Ouchie.
Devil Dreamer 46, they predicted 5 years for the one that she's working on now.
Yeah, and that's if I was be able to do it every day.
Every day at 365 days a year.
Yeah, and I I mean, I had to leave it alone, about a month out there. I would get going and the whole hand would go to sleep. So then I thought I'd cheat and I tried to use my little fat roll there, my little spare tire, and set it on the table, remember? I still had to give it up for a bit. That's good, Timmy. Yeah, I think we're getting some of the haze from Canada. They got a fire
What's going
going
on
on.
with Canada?
They're on fire. They're
Is
burning.
Canada burning?
That's part of the air pollution, they said.
Oh, they got a bunch of wildfires up there. Okay.
Yeah. I already went outside today.
Yeah, they got one over by Sedona.
By Sedona, yeah.
Maybe I should learn how to substitute.
No, not my cross stitch. He's not allowed.
I'm getting ready to get back into building model cars.
Yeah, he's not allowed to touch my pretties.
I kind of miss doing that. I ain't built one in years.
Yeah.
But I gotta say this about building model cars. I loved it. I built hundreds of them.
Bye, Lily.
But I've got on YouTube. Look and see what the latest trends out there are, and boy, has the model car world changed dramatically.
Yeah, they are Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, it's so many things they're doing to these model cars are just they're so real looking. It's amazing.
Well, that young autistic boy that puts them together and then takes pictures of them.
He does not. No.
He built some of those, and then
very few of them. Those are die casts that were donated to him. I watched the video.
Yeah.
Very, very few that he has built.
Yeah.
He has put some of the die cast models together.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Man, it was my favorite. I'd heat them up and make them look like they hit trees and other cars, and I was good at it. But they have come a long way. Ideas that I wish I'd have thought of back then. I mean, they use painter's tape and to make little seat belts with them, and it's racing harnesses. The stuff they make real carpeting out of, the powder that they pour onto the wet paint, and it looks like real carpet. It's amazing. I kind of made my mind up, but the one that I want to build, I probably won't be able to find. It's a late 70s, early 80s edition 66 Malibu flip nose. That was one of my favorite builds as a kid. And I watched a guy build one last night, and he got one off eBay, but it didn't come with the interior or the distributor and something else. Oh, the body was messed up. So, but luckily he had a body in his model junkyard. I had a big model junkyard when I was a kid. Actually, no, it went into when we were married. I was still building them when we got married.
Yeah.
But let's see, Monogram 66 Malibu. They have changed the artwork on it.
Oh,
$65.
For a model?
They're not cheap nowadays.
I know, we looked at some. Oops. Yeah, the fires, Ohio's getting some of the effects, and that's what I was telling Roy what it was saying that was going on in our area. It's from like a fire, either diesel fuel being burnt or fuel, and then it said wood. Oh, that would be cool if you could find a model of honey.
Got to build one. I mean, you can't. They don't make the Class C's, but you can get the materials to make the camper part of it. You just take a van and cut it up. but I had thought about that. But this was one of my favorite ones as a kid to build. It's got the flip nose on it. And I watched a guy build that, and the detail that he went in on this thing was amazing, and just simple stuff. Simple. They even put where the oil cap filler is. They'll put like somebody spilt oil getting it in there. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, he used to
Yeah,
sit down in the basement up in Mishawaka and build.
I would just sit for hours and hours and build. I got pretty good at it, really good at it. Um, but that's what she's doing the cross stitching. Eventually, I want to get back into that. But I want to get me a paint booth. I want to get the airbrush. I want to get the goods. I mean, they don't even use the tube, the model testers. You can still get it, but nobody uses that stuff anymore. It's Team U liquid paint that you brush on, and um, the rusting effects that they do now with powder and like a sun faded car. You see a sun faded car in real life. How you do that in the model is you take salt and you pour it on top of the car, and you don't even worry about how much. Then you paint your model car, and then you take and you flip it over and you brush all that salt off of it, and it looks like a weathered, sun beaten car. It's just, wow, why didn't we think of this stuff when we were younger?
Why didn't you?
The spray booth is collapsible. It's
Yeah, they fold down.
folds down. Revel was popular when it built them. Revel, now it's Mobius. Mobius is about the best out there. Monogram, Revel are one company. It's Revel Monogram now, built in Illinois. But they're owned by a company out of South Bend, Indiana. MPC, AMT. I built a lot of AMT models, a lot of MPCs, a lot of monograms, a lot of Revels. But Mobius has really taken the detail in their tooling to the extremes. I mean, they have even raised the letters and numbers up on the speedometers. Well, you about rolled right off there, didn't you, Lou? Good thing I was here. Oh, shit, what's the email? Thank you, Going Green Mom. It's right there in the chat. Yep, well, lit them on fire, blew them up, firecrackers, M80s. Of course, I had my special ones that I never did anything, and that Malibu was one of them. That was. I remember when I got that Malibu, it was one of my. I had been building model cars, but I had just been not really painting them, just gluing them together, putting them on the shelf. No detail work. That Malibu there, I went into some detail work on it, and it was one of my first ones. But that one I will have eventually. The red one I never got, but the black one, I was always like that one. It had the best wheels with it. People would buy the 66 Malibu kit just for the parts because it had the best engine parts, the best wheels, the best tires. That's why that one's hard to find, and it's like $60 now. I'm hoping they bring it back with new tooling. 41 Ford sedan. I probably built one of them too. But I built a lot of them. I never did like the specialty models, like say a Batmobile or the Monkeys car. I never got into those. The Scooby van, and then I wanted regular cars that I could put my own touch to. 76 Datsun. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to get back into that. Hopefully by the end of the year. But I don't want to really get into it until I get this stuff that I really need yet. In the spray booth, I could build that myself out of a box. And I made one when I was a teenager, and it worked pretty good. I set it in my bedroom window and had a little fan on it, and it would suck everything out that way through a filter, and you didn't smell it in the house. Mom always said, "Don't be painting in the house. Don't be painting in the house." Well, when I built that, she never knew I was painting in the house.
But she does now.
Now But yeah, I haven't built a model now since probably
Autumn
96, I'd say 97.
96. You quit right before Dakota was born.
Oh, yeah. Well, I worked a lot of hours, didn't have time.
Yeah.
Then I gave everything to Preston.
Yeah, because Dakota didn't want to build models then.
No.
He didn't have any interest
Come on,
in
Luke.
them.
Get up here. Come on, baby. I got your dish. Come on. You can do it.
But
There you
yeah. And
I
and
had to give Lulu an aspirin yesterday.
why?
She's fine now. She was fine all day yesterday, except for a little spell she had. I think she lays around, she gets a little stiff, and when she'd move, she would yelp.
Hmm.
And but she would walk fine, jump down fine. She even played with Moose, but if she laid a little bit and went to move, she would yelp a little bit. So I gave her an aspirin, her doggy aspirin, the liver flavored, stuck it. Oh gosh, she was mad at me. I made a piece of cheese look like a ravioli, and I stuck that pill in there, the liver flavored pill. And she's seen that piece of cheese. She's like, "Oh yes, cheese," because she loves cheese. And she bit into that cheese, and she's like, "Oh," the look on her face, I could tell. She's like, "I'm not giving my cheese up, but you put one of them nasty pills in here."
One unavailable, but they have others. Yeah.
She was running around outside last night. I yelped when I get up too. That's the thing, she's 11 years old.
Should be 11, yeah.
This January, that's 77 in dog years. I'd yelp too if I got up.
You do yelp. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He moans, he groans, snap, crackle, and pop, all that good stuff.
But man, when she moans, when she's hurt, I hurt. I do. Okay, I won't touch you. She's growling at me. I don't know why.
She don't want you touching her right now. What'd you do to her?
Dogs are not happy when they have to have meds. No, she ain't. And that's a liver flavored pill. Of all flavors to flavor a pill with, they chose liver. 99.9% of the humans on this planet don't even like liver.
Well, they think Lulu's not your typical normal dog either, by far.
Hey, Rondell Adventures, howdy.
So, come on, we got to watch what dog food we buy because she'll only eat the chicken flavored, not the beef flavored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in her hip socket. It's possible. It is possible. I've been giving her this hip and joint stuff too. Yeah, cats like liver. I keep forgetting too, Timmy. But Walmart's got this stuff for $12. It's hip and joint. They go nuts for it. That's true, Going Green Mom. We started giving it to Lulu about 3 months ago.
Before I left, yeah.
And while she's been gone, I got more and I started giving the other ones. The thing is, Jasper takes 4 of those little things. Lulu takes 2 and Moose takes 1. So I got to buy 4 bags. So that's like $50 for their hip and joint stuff.
You forgot what a shaver was, Timmy.
No, that might be the next thing we order from Temu too.
What?
Shaver. I forgot to tell you, ours is quitting.
Your electric one?
Now the haircut one.
The what?
The wall. The one I shave my head with.
Yeah, okay.
That one.
That was brand new.
When?
Right.
We've been out here 3 years.
We bought it before we came out because
that's 4 years ago then.
Have you cleaned it?
Yes, oiled it and everything. It's just...
All right. Gaviton.
Boucher Street got first Temu order.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I still got, I still got to add the link somehow. Oh, now my email's showing. It's been doing stupid stuff. Visible's wanting us to upgrade for $10 more a month for that roaming for international calls, and I'm like, I don't need it. Why do I want to go upgrade for more?
Yeah.
Temu, yeah, it's an app or you can order online.
Yeah, I got my gas tank spouts from there, and she got
Yeah.
a container, which I can't find the rice. I don't know what you're talking about, so I'm about to put them elbow noodles in it.
The bags of rice, ain't there? There was a big bag of rice, or did I put it in something already?
Maybe there's a bag of rice up there that had the debit card in it from when I dropped it in the dog boat.
No, there was a
Hey,
big
by the
bag
way,
of
that still
rice.
works.
Oh, I like that pen.
Yeah, Frido, Gabatron, and Tremadol now. Oh wow!
No, Demi, we don't have no need for a race car.
I sound like Rice Krispies too sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you mean we ain't got no room for? You always got room for a race car.
No, we don't. How you gonna pull it, honey? You can't pull it.
Who said anything about pulling it? We could turn Bobby into a race car. Drive it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's already included in our basic plan is Mexico and Canada. And I
Wow,
don't
this is
foresee us
2 p.m.?
going overseas anytime soon.
Going
so.
green, Mom, you should have said something. We'd have rated you.
All right. Yeah, it is time, Roy.
Fishing pole and reel from Temu. They got a lot of stuff on small craft
Yep,
items.
they got a lot of neat stuff there.
I got some neat things coming from Temu that I'm going to check out. They're not. They're practice items.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
All right, everybody, I'm stepping down. I gotta get me some
Send
lunch.
Steve a referral if they want to look.
I don't know how to do it.
Okay, get this, folks. She don't know how to do it, but she sent me one. It's how I end
Yeah,
up
but
getting
I
my
don't know
free
how I
gift.
did it. It's an app that I don't know how I did it.
If
That's
she sends
the
you a
problem.
referral, you'll get 2 free gifts. She'll get 2 free gifts. Have a great day, Miss Leah. But my 2 free gifts are pretty nice. Well, yeah, pretty nice. I'm going to do a video on them when they get here. In 4 days? 4 days they should be here.
I don't know. All right, I'm stepping down. I gotta get lunch.
There's the link for
Grab a
Going Green Mom.
job.
Let's go over there and check it out real fast. Thanks for being in here, folks. We'll see you tomorrow. And go to Going Green Mom. Please rate her. She works her butt off for everybody. She deserves it. So let's head on over there. Later, all. See you then.
Real bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes.